Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel or welcome here if you are new. I'm Manganet and on today's video I'm going to be reading and vlogging the book that you wanted me to read this month. In December I asked you guys on Instagram what was the book you wanted me to read during the month of January, and I said I was going to vlog the one that got suggested more times. And as you can see from this screenshot, obviously the one who got suggested more times was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is a book that has been on my radar for months because everyone reads this and everybody loves it and everybody tells me I'm going to love it. However, the book doesn't appeal to me in the slightest, but people keep telling me, multiple people keep telling me that I'm gonna love it and that I should read it. So it won the poll on Instagram and here we are to read this. I do have a few things to do around the house at the moment, so I'm gonna put my headphones in and start listening to the audiobook, and hopefully it won't be too difficult to follow. I usually tend to not like starting a book only on audiobook. I like to start it with the physical book as well and then halfway through change to audio only if I feel like it. But I'm gonna try and start it with just the audio and let's see how it goes, and I'll update you later on. Hello everyone, it's been a few days and I thought it would be nice to come here and have a little chat with you guys, a little update. I've been reading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and I'm roughly halfway through. I'm enjoying it, I must say. I've been listening to the audiobook for most of it and I like the fact that there's different voices and all that, the usual with most audiobooks nowadays, I would say. And I'm enjoying it. It's a nice story, it's entertaining, it's been keeping me company. However, so far, I don't understand the fascination with this story. It's good, it's just nothing special, it's another story. So I don't understand why so many people love this book so vividly. In case you don't know, this book is following Evelyn Hugo. She's a very famous actress in like the 60s or 70s, and now she's 70 something. And she finally decides to tell her life story. So she gets this journalist and she's telling her all her stories about the 7 times she's been married, and the agreement is that she gets to publish that as a book, but only after Evelyn dies. And I think the big mystery of that book was finding out from those 7 husbands who was the big love of her life, but I guess that's straight away, unless if there's a plot twist then it's not the person that I'm thinking it is. And now the only other mystery is finding out why she was so intensely wanting this specific journalist to be the one interviewing her and getting her story out in public. We know she really wants this person, we don't know why yet. I have one theory about it, but I'm hoping that it's not the reason, because if that's the reason then it was just such a boring, overly done plot for a book. So if that's the actual reason, I'm going to be very disappointed with this book. And for the record, I'm gonna share with you my theory right now. So it's here in this vlog. Now, like I said, I don't know if it's true, I hope it's not. If you haven't read this book and you still want to, you might want to skip ahead, but like, not really, because I don't know if this is actually what's going to happen or not. But I think she's wanting this lady to be the one writing her life story, because I think she's her mom. Like, Evelyn is the mom of the journalist. Is that possible? I don't know. Has the journalist mentioned anything about her family? She has a mom. Was she adopted? Maybe. Who knows? I don't think she was. I'm reading too many things at the same time, so everything is tying a knot inside my head. But I don't think she was. Or it hasn't been mentioned yet. But yeah, I think that's the reason, that Evelyn is this lady's mom. I'm curious to see if that's the reason, and I'm also curious to see where this book goes and where's the fascination with this story. I mean, I'm not even sure if this is a 3-star or a 4-star for me at the moment, because it's so normal. Anyway, I guess I need to read some more, so I'll talk to you later on.
Just like me, so this is a good thing. Another night ruined, I don't even know when we became this way. Now you're acting so different than when back when we had it easy. And now you don't believe me when I say
I'm officially the worst person at vlogging. So it's been a bunch of days and I don't even know what I've been. I have been reading, but not really, here the Evelyn Hugo, which was a book that you guys told me to read in January. It's the 20th of January, and here we are. I had some post-its here that were supposed to be the dates for the read-along, but then I ended up not following them. And I've been mostly listening to the audiobook while I cook. Hey, Siki Gal. Hey, Joshy boy.
Hello.
Would you like to be a part of my vlog?
This is not who I am. Now you can't use it.
I can use the first section.
Damn. If you do,
I can blur it.
I will take away your internet for a month.
You're not my dad.
Still do it.
I've been mostly listening to this on audiobook while I cook. But I only have 1 hour left on the audiobook at the current speed that I'm at, whatever that is. So I'm gonna try and listen to a bit tonight before falling asleep. And hopefully finish it tomorrow. Alright people, yesterday I lied. I said I was gonna read in bed. And I didn't. It's already the end of the afternoon. I don't even know what time it is. It's almost 5 p.m. I've been applying for jobs the whole day. I walked Suki. Everything is falling. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I woke up, walked Suki, had some food, prepared lunch for us. Applied for jobs, applied for jobs, applied for jobs, applied for jobs. It's so boring, but also, you know, when you apply for a job, you need to put your work experience in there and your school experience. And then here I am typing in that I have a degree in psychology and that I was a cabin chief, and before that I was a cabin crew, and I have all these years of experience. And which job I'm applying for? KFC. It's so, any job is better than no job, but at the same time it's a very dismotivating thing applying for jobs that are way under your capacities. I need a job. If they give me the job, I'll take it, just like I took the job at Domino's in summer. I've done it and I'll do it again if I have to. It's not that I'm not dismissing any jobs or saying that I'm better than them. It's more like they don't fulfill your capacities to the maximum of your abilities. And that's a bit dismotivating. But it is what it is. It's also very boring and it just depresses me in general, and it keeps reminding me that my dream job is no longer. So I'm gonna sit on the sofa and I'm gonna read for a bit. I still need to find here in the book the point where I am. I'm towards the end, but I don't know which page because this is not correct. Regarding this book, I don't know if it's because I'm taking so long to read it. Maybe it is. I always have that question whenever I take too long to read a book. But I'm not loving it. It's okay. I don't even know if it's a 4-star or a 3-star. It's just, it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna keep reading and maybe something will blow my mind. I don't think it's gonna be a 5-star because it's just so average at the moment. I don't know, even if something amazing happens, it would probably not be fair to give it a 5-star just because of that. But we'll see. What is happening on my computer? I'm like looking at the camera and I keep seeing like flashes. Oh, it's the web page that I have open. It's like flashing. Oh my god, I need to go close that. It's driving me crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna read and I'll talk to you later. You guys, you know how earlier I said, oh, I have 1 hour left on the audiobook. I'm gonna read for half an hour and it's gonna be amazing, and I'll do another half an hour later. Well, I fell asleep, which surprises no one, right? But then I went to like make dinner, have dinner with Josh, chat for a bit, and now I just thought, oh, let me see how long I have left on my audiobook. It's gonna be like 45 minutes, 40 minutes maybe, and it's 1 hour. I have 1 hour left, so did I just read the equivalent of 3 pages? Maybe. So like, people, I wanna do the things, right? So here I am looking through my coloring books. I'm choosing this one, and I'm gonna sit on the sofa right behind me. Maybe let me adjust this here on the shelf. I'm gonna sit on the sofa and we're gonna do some coloring, and I need some pencils. Where do I have my pencils? Where do I have my pencils? Are these the good pencils? I think they are. Okay, I think this is it. And yeah, I have wireless headphones, but they're upstairs in the bedroom and I don't want to go upstairs. Also, the other day I was really sad because I couldn't find where my, well, work hat used to be. You know how I used to have a hat in the uniform and then we stopped using them, but like I kept my work hat, and in the previous house I had them on a pile of books in the bedroom. Doesn't matter, I was looking for it because I really want to make a gallery wall now that my job has gone to shit and it no longer exists, and I'm really sad about it. So I really want to make a gallery wall. By the way, I was thinking here in this wall here, you see I have like the curtain there and then the spare bookcase here. So I was thinking here, maybe, I don't know, maybe here. I need to fix this situation because having a studio light here is just silly. Or like maybe there, maybe above the desk, but above the desk I really wanted to put the shelves that I have over there. I don't know. Let me know, where should I put my gallery wall? But I want to put some picture frames, and I wanted to hang my hat and my scarf from the uniform. And I couldn't find it. And I was like, don't tell me that I threw my hat away in one of those decluttering sessions that I so love. And yeah, don't tell me I threw my hat away. And I was so sad. I was like, I can't find it. Where's the hat? Look and behold, people. Look and behold. Does anyone else hate socks? I mean, I hate walking barefoot around the house. I don't like it. And the feet get dirty. Ew. No, I don't like it. I can't walk more than 2 steps barefoot. So I always have socks. But I also hate sitting down with socks. So every time I sit on the sofa or on the chair or anywhere, I take my socks out. And you could argue that I could wear slippers instead. Wrong. Because if you wear slippers without socks, your feet are gonna stick. And I don't want that. So socks it is. And also, I love socks. I love silly socks with silly drawings and silly things. I love socks, and this way I get an excuse to wear a new pair every day.
Memories fade away, wither out, but I can't ignore the ache. Lying deep underground, you must have lost your way. Look around, all we can do now is pray. Make it count. I've lived through what I have lived, seen pain you can't imagine. These days you take for granted, we fought out so you could have them. This truth you hold for ransom, buried beneath the static. Don't do the hardest damage. Light is cold and love is tragic.
I finished the book. I'm giving it 4 stars. Throughout the whole book, I honestly thought it was a 3-star book. The book was just very average. The story is interesting, but it wasn't blowing my mind. Towards the end, though. First of all, I do love a book that is set out, bred through many years, and this one totally does that. It's like the entire life of Evelyn Hugo, and I do like that. So this book has that going in favor for it. Not only this section that I was reading today, but like the last few bits that I've been reading, it really jumps forward a few years, like a chunk at a time, and I love that as well. I love progression in a story. I don't know. I love when books jump forward a few years and you get to see how things are like. In the ending, though, it's so heartbreaking. I didn't cry, not even close. Also, I was just listening to the audiobook and coloring. However, I think I didn't cry because the rest of the book, I didn't find it anything special. I wasn't mesmerized by it, but I think that if I was more connected to these characters, I would have bawled my eyes out. It's so sad. The things that happen, no one deserves that in their lives. I'm gonna go into a spoilery section here on this vlog because this is the book you guys wanted me to read. Everyone has already read this book, so I assume that if you are watching this vlog, you know the story, you want to know what I thought about it, and it's only fair that I share it in detail. And okay, not in detail as in not a 20-minute clip talking about it, but you know, with some detail. So I'm gonna go into spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, then skip. Perhaps I'll put a timestamp here, perhaps not. So, obviously we are following Evelyn Hugo and all her years in Hollywood. Like, towards the end, so the love of her life, I don't even know where to start. It's so heartbreaking, the thing that she never got to be with the love of her life, which, by the way, I saw coming from, like, page 3. It was obvious that it was going to be a woman. I don't know, I found it so obvious. Maybe everyone gets surprised. Let me know if you got surprised by that. I don't know, I started reading the book and like she described the first 2 husbands or something, and I was like, it's gonna be a woman, it's gonna be a woman. And indeed it was. But still, their life together, oh my god, it's so heartbreaking how they were together and then they got separated for a bunch of years, and they got back together, then they had that family, the 4 of them, and then the guy dies and then they all move away, and then the 2 ladies, they separate again, and a bunch of years go by. And then they finally get to go back together and live in Spain. Why would you want to live in Spain? Come on. But yeah, they finally live together and she's dying, and then she dies, and like Harry dies too, and he was the best friends, and they had finally found love, and the love dies too, and then the love was the father of Monique. But then the most heartbreaking thing is when the daughter dies. And there's not a lot of things said about it, but it's just this really intense I don't know, half a page worth of content where you just find out that she had breast cancer and it was terminal and it was in a very advanced stage, and then she died 18 months later. And it's just like, oh my god, that is so heartbreaking, because in this book we saw the girl being born and then growing up and then having her rebellious phase at 14 and going to university and getting a job and then hating the job and quitting the job and becoming this like strong independent woman, and then she dies. Oh my god, and she was the daughter of Evelyn Hugo. She always wanted a daughter, and she had the daughter with her best friend that was also dead. Oh my god, it's so sad. It gives me shivers just thinking about it. Like, the whole daughter dying situation. It was such an intense, like, little bit of the book, and super sad, super sad. I didn't see it coming, the big revelation. I think I mentioned that I thought the big plot twist was that Monique was going to be somehow the daughter of Evelyn Hugo. I'm glad it wasn't like that, because I would have been very disappointing for catching that. I didn't see it coming. I mean, we knew Harry was in the car and that another person died, but nothing really got spoke about it, so I didn't think that he was going to be a relevant character. Obviously, looking back, it's always like that when a certain character with very important stakes for other characters gets introduced but nothing gets said about that person. Obviously he's going to come back to bite you in the ass. So he was Monique's dad, the girl that was performing the interview, and that letter that he wrote to Harry explaining that he loved him and he will always love him, but he was not going to leave his family. It's so heartbreaking, because it's the same as Evelyn and what's her name, the other lady. Like, they love each other but they're not going to be together. And that brings me to, why is this book not a 5-star read for me? Because I do understand this is set in the 70s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, like way long ago. Reality is, some people still live like this. They just put everything in front of their happiness, and that annoys me. It does. If you want something, go get it. All this like, I love you but I can't be with you thing was just, it was pissing me off. Not pissing me off, but every time like the two ladies got separated, I was like, oh my god, can you not just be together? Everyone knows we love each other. Screw what the media thinks. And I do understand it was a different time and being gay wasn't well received, especially being gay as a woman and especially in their industry, but still I was like, I also know that if they had been together the entire book, it wouldn't have been as interesting. But I don't know. It was a little detail on the story that I didn't appreciate. The fact that no one gets to be happy. No one gets to be happy. But at the same time, I do appreciate that, because I say this all the time. My favorite kind of fiction books, and romance books in specific, are the ones that have a real life story. The ones that it's not always pretty and pink and roses. Things don't always go according to plan, and sometimes life happens and things suck and things go wrong and you don't get the things you wanted. So maybe this was actually what I want in a book. Maybe it's a 5-star book. It's not. I say this, like, theoretically it could be, but it's not. I didn't connect that much with the characters. To be honest, I don't really care about like the 60s and the 70s. I know some people find that those ages really attractive and for some reason, and like the Hollywood style and the famous living and whatever. So some people really like that, and the fact that the story is set in that way, it's not something that really says anything to me. Maybe that was why. I don't know. It's a good book. It is. I can't. It's a solid 4 for me, but most of the book was actually a 3. The ending saved it. I don't see the appeal, is what I'm gonna say. And although I'm giving it 4 and I'm saying it's a 4-star, I even think it's gonna be one of those that in a couple of months' time I won't remember the details, because it was nothing special. I was curious, I was invested, but I don't see the appeal, guys. I don't see it. Do I recommend it? Yes, I mean, it's a good book, there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm not gonna go above and beyond to recommend this book. I'm never gonna be like, oh my god, read this, it's excellent. Sorry. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for voting on which book you thought I should read in January. And while we're here, I'm gonna do a shameless self-plug and let you know that I created a Patreon account. In case you don't know, Patreon is a platform where you can support your favorite content creators. You can send them money, there's different levels, and each level has certain rewards, and it's just a little way, it's very cheap, it's just a very small way of showing your love and appreciation for your favorite content creators. You probably heard of this, lots of people have it, and now I do too. I have 3 levels, and for any level that you are in, including the smallest one, the £2 a month one, you get to vote on a book for me to read. the following month. So go check it out. I'll have the link in the description of all my videos from now and then. But if you like me and you like my content and you wanna somehow support me, I would be super appreciative of you supporting me on Patreon. I don't know, support me if you want. If not, friends as always. Once I'm talking about it, I would also want to say thank you very much for all the people who have joined me meanwhile ever since I created my account. Thank you. It's not like I'm gonna be rich from Patreon, I never will, but it means the world to me knowing that there are people who love my content enough to put some money into it. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you very soon here on the channel with another video. Bye!